Chairman, and again, thank all of you for recognizing that 77 years ago, my poor mother gave birth to me. And just for the information in the audience, I was born in Northern California on a ranch with a midwife. And the day I was born, it was 110 degrees above. And it was like that for 60 straight days.
Okay, that's too much information.
I just want you to know that. That's why I moved to Alaska, exactly right. But Mr. Keith, thanks for coming all the way down. I saw you last week in Nome. And Mr. Chairman, I've read your testimony. Could you just give us an example of what has happened in your attempt to work with Fish and Wildlife, Park Service, etc., trying to work with them and trying to achieve a goal of mutual self-determination in an area with federal agencies?
As I stated, it requires legal counsel. It requires a team of people, and we have a good team of people up at Cork. And it involves a lot of people to negotiate, and it takes time, and it takes human resources, and it takes money. And above all, it takes a will to engage the federal agencies, and they're not always, cooperative. It's we are taking away responsibility from them upon ourselves. And we are willing to do that, but they're not so willing to give up that responsibility. And so that's where the engagement usually occurs. And
have you been successful?
Well, with National Park Service, we were for 3 years.
And when you say 3 years, they've canceled that?
Yes.
Did they give you a reason? Did they give you a reason why?
Well, it was. They viewed it as a grant. They viewed it as, this was their program.
But it's in your area?
Yes, that's correct.
Mr. Chairman, this is the problem with this whole program, the reason I support this bill. BIA shouldn't be under the Department of Interior because it's in conflict with other agencies under the Secretary. You got the Fish and Wildlife, Park Service, in an area of the Seward Peninsula where these people live, and they don't really want to deal with them because they have their own little program. Yet BIA is under the Department of Interior, and what these people are trying to do, the way I understand it, is be able to be part of those other agencies, but they don't want to deal with them. And this is what this bill does. At least I hope it does it better. Because I've never understood it. We were sold, before your time, everybody else in this room, the bill of the Alaska National Lands Act, then the Native Claims Act, under the National Act, we were supposed to be partnerships. And I think you're the only one, there may be one more in the Interior, that's been able to deal with the Department of Interior. They don't want to deal with the people that live in those areas. I think that's terribly unfortunate. But I'm supporting this legislation. It may need some improvement. I don't know for sure. But there's no reason why we have Doyon, we have the Bering Straits, we have Chilista. Chilista's right in the middle of a huge refuge, and they don't work with them. Yet they're the people directly affected. Why can't they be doing the job instead of flying somebody up out of, all due respects, Massachusetts, and have them work because they know better? And I think you're willing to take the responsibility. You are. I do think you have a Marine Mammal Commission up there works pretty good. And we have the health programs works real good now. It's mostly all contracted out, and it shows it can be done, and they are accountable. So it's unfortunate we have to have this legislation, I'll be honest with you. It could have been done through the agencies themselves if they just made the attempt. So I hope we see this bill come to the floor of the House in a very rapid fashion. Again, thanks for flying all the way down here. It's a good weather today. Get out of here tonight. Tomorrow it's going to be 90 degrees, not 110. Go ahead.
Gentleman from Oklahoma, Mr. Bourne.